The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of Digi-all. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to Digi-all Tech News. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. Elon Musk's trial against OpenAI is underway in California, with Musk arguing the company abandoned its non-profit mission and turned into a profit machine. Amazon has introduced agentic hiring software to speed up mass recruiting, while pitching a new design philosophy meant to make AI feel more human. Global markets retreated as tension around Iran mixed with fresh doubts about AI spending, just ahead of the Federal Reserve decision and major tech earnings. A Guardian opinion piece warns that Britain should not enter the next AI era completely dependent on US tech giants. A reported OpenAI miss on internal user and revenue targets dragged down AI infrastructure stocks and reopened questions about how durable the boom really is. Reuters says the case opened in Oakland, where Musk testified that OpenAI was his idea, that he helped name it, put in about $38 million in early funding, and helped secure critical computing resources. He is asking for $150 billion in damages and wants OpenAI restored to non-profit status. OpenAI's legal team countered that Musk had already pushed for a for-profit structure in 2017 and only sued after failing to gain control himself. Reuters reports that Amazon unveiled Connect Talent to find, screen, and interview candidates around the clock using AI, along with Connect Decisions to support supply chain planning and purchasing. Amazon hired about 250,000 seasonal workers last year, and executive Colleen Aubrey says the company's new philosophy of humorphism is supposed to make AI adapt to the way people work. But that message lands alongside roughly 30,000 corporate job cuts that Amazon has partly linked to AI efficiencies. Reuters says the market pullback reflects two anxieties at once: stalled diplomacy around Iran and growing concern that AI spending may be outrunning real demand. Wall Street fell, Asian chip stocks weakened, and Brent crude stayed above $111 a barrel as investors also waited for the Fed and earnings from Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta. In other words, the next read on the AI economy is arriving at the same time as a broader geopolitical stress test. Writing in The Guardian, Raphael Behr argues that Britain should treat digital sovereignty as a strategic priority instead of leaving core AI capability to a small group of US firms. The piece points to Technology Secretary Liz Kendall's warning that AI is the currency of the future and highlights her call for cooperation among middle powers to build a more resilient digital ecosystem. It also frames dependence on companies like Anthropic, Palantir, or Starlink as a political, military, and economic vulnerability, not just a procurement choice. CNBC says OpenAI missed internal projections for user growth and revenue, raising internal concern about whether it can support huge future commitments for compute and data centers. Oracle fell about 4%, Broadcom more than 4%, AMD more than 3%, CoreWeave more than 5%, and SoftBank about 10%. OpenAI said it remains aligned on buying compute, and Oracle defended the pace of adoption, but the sell-off showed that investors are becoming less willing to fund the AI build-out on narrative alone. Today's 5 stories all point to the same shift. AI is no longer just a product race. It is a fight over structure, labor, markets, and sovereignty. The companies with the biggest models may still lead the conversation, but the harder question now is who can sustain trust, infrastructure, and political legitimacy at the same time. Thank you for staying informed with Digi-all Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop.